Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of myself and my team, we'd like to thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to our presentation. This past week, we spent helping a Nigerian fragrance business owned by Bilkisu. We've worked out many solutions to various problems affecting her business, and hopefully it will benefit her in the future.
The first problem we talked about was increasing customer loyalty and cutting expenses. The way we decided to do that was by implementing a process and where customers could bring back the bottles that they use and receive a sale on their next purchase. And because the bottles are being brought back and they cost about 100 to 300 naira each, you're actually increasing your revenue in that purchase than you normally would, despite the decrease in the original price of the bottle.
The next problem that Bilkisu had was that she wanted to improve her marketing techniques. The way we decided to do this was through a simple solution of a stencil. So essentially, what Bilkisu will do is purchase the necessary plastic and paint. And we've already talked to her about this. It's cheap, cost-effective, and easy for her to do. So essentially what would happen then is that she could get one of her employees, or possibly interns, as we'll talk about later, to paint over the stencil and put her company's name on every product she sells. Therefore, they know where they've got it from and can always come back for more.
The next problem is that we can help Bilkisu shorten her 6-hour commute to Maduguri, where she buys her products, and we have 3 solutions. The first solution is that we suggest hiring someone to pick up the product for her, and she has already implemented this idea, but she uses it occasionally. So we believe if we can help her increase her profits, she can use this idea more frequently, which can help give her more time to focus her efforts elsewhere.
We also suggested increasing the amount of products she gets on each trip. This is a simple idea. The more you buy, the less trips you have to make. And Bilkisu's ingredients are non-perishable, so if we're able to increase her profit, there's really no limit on how much product we can get on each trip.
Another thing we want to implement is internships, because there's 27 schools around that area, and if she gets interns, it will just make the business run more smoothly and more efficiently. And it's basically a win-win situation for both, because the interns get the experience they need for the field, and then Bilkisu gets the extra workers she needs just to keep her business running smoothly.
The next thing we worked on was Bilkisu's logo. We created a logo that had our take on the traditional African print. It includes her name, a perfume bottle, and her phone number that she said she was comfortable having on ads so that customers could contact her and get further information about her business.
All right, so another problem that Bilkisu had was that she was having a hard time keeping track of her finances. So in order to combat this, we created a series of spreadsheets that track inventory, revenue, and expenses. I'll go through these as examples. I'm not going to go through all the details, but we could explain them to Bilkisu. The first is inventory. The second here is your sales calculator, and you see you can have your monthly revenue in the red box at the bottom. And your third is your expense calculator. Again, the red box at the bottom has your monthly expenses, and that light blue box will be your total profit for the month.
And we also have other solutions, 3 other solutions that are different from the other solutions we talked about. First is advertising. So we want to make flyers just to get her business out there. It's really cheap. It's really effective. She can put her logos on the flyers just to get her business out there, get a name for herself. And then she also wanted us to increase her sales. So we suggested selling at kiosks in the flea markets, because then it'll just make her business grow. It'll give people easier access to get her products. And she also wanted us to create a new fragrance, so we suggested coconut, because coconuts are very popular in Nigeria. And it's very easy to get, and she's never heard of coconut as a perfume, so she thinks it'd be a really good idea to have.
So once again, thank you all for listening, and hopefully these solutions will help to benefit Bilkisu, her family, and her business in the future. Thank you all.
Well, it seems like these guys are very, very organized. First of all, they presented us with all their goals and their pictures. Very organized. Secondly, I have to appreciate the fact that you brought up an issue which is very key. Using her intern to learn and also help her do things is win-win situation. In other words, train the trainer. I mean, that is an excellent solution to have. And if she can do that, I know many people will go on through her and they will land this job, and she also going to get her goal achieved. Thank you very much for the submission.
So this was a little bit tough for me because I was very, very much a fan of the spreadsheet, helping her organize her finances and keep track of them, and built a tool that she can use tomorrow. You can show her how to use it tomorrow, and it will help her tomorrow. So that's great. I'm also a huge fan of the twofer. It's like, we want to build customer loyalty, get people coming back again and again and again. So we come up with a solution, bring back your bottles, and you get a discount, which actually increases our revenues because it's cheaper for us. That's nice, and it's very measurable, so very good work.
I agree with Rebecca. That was a great idea, and I love how you incorporated the business owner's feedback. So it wasn't just you all spitballing around the table thinking of ideas. You ran them by her during your session, and she was excited about them as well, which actually speaks also to the viability of what you're suggesting, right? That they can see this in action. It's not just a pipe dream. They can see this working. And that's, for me, that's absolutely critical. So excellent job.
Join the Global Young Innovators Initiative. Transform the world. www.icantransformtheworld.org